Alright, hey guys. This will be the third video today. I know it's a lot of videos. I won't probably ever do this again. It'll probably just be one video a day for analysis, but just wanted to catch up to today. I know in my first video I said I wouldn't trade Wednesday, but let's go through my reasoning. I don't typically trade on FOMC minutes days because there's typically no news in the morning, but there was news this morning and price was looking really phenomenal. I set out price last night. I typically look at price the night before if I'm going to trade, and then I look at it again pre-market just because that's how I like to look at things. I had a line down here for my 4-hour market structure shift. If it dropped below this, it would be a 4-hour market structure shift, which 4 hours is my higher time frame that I like to work off of. So that's what I was looking at. And then other than that, this was the buy side liquidity that I wanted to see get swept. And then we had a 4-hour order block right down here that I wanted to see us move back into. I'm sorry, last video took so long to kind of get to the point. This is my first time through all this, so it's just taking me some time to get everything figured out. And then inside of this 4-hour order block, I had a 1-hour fair value gap that I thought was pretty conveniently placed. Sorry, doing a little bit of editing to my templates. There we go. 1-hour fair value gap right there inside of this 4-hour fair value gap. So I thought that was a super high confluence area that I was very interested in. And then I also had, at one point, I had this order block right here from the 1 hour. I'm going to delete this in a second, but I had that there because I was curious just of how it would react off that. It ended up blowing through it, making this a 1-hour market structure shift, which I was fine with. That just means, in my eyes, that was just the liquidity it was sweeping. As long as I didn't sweep this, I wasn't too concerned. And then we made this as our buy side liquidity that I was going to target for the day. I get down to the 5-minute. I was actually filming the video this morning when this move was happening, which is why I got distracted and I had to change it over to Bitcoin. But this move down comes right into what I was talking about. We sweep this 1-hour liquidity down here, which was our market structure shift. And we move into this fair value gap and we fill that 4-hour order block. So kind of everything I was looking for was hit, and then I had some buy side liquidity also right there. I just liked both of those levels for targets, and you guys may realize that these vertical lines are already there, and my opening prices for 8:30 and midnight are already there without drawing them. I use an indicator, ICT, kill zones. This one, it's really great. I have my own settings on it for everything, but that's why those are there, and I had to draw them last time, but not this time. So I'm going to show you my thought process, and then I'll actually go over the trades. So when this was happening right here, we have this drop down right into here, and there was a big wick right here that I thought was pretty awesome. We had some pretty hefty swings back and forth, but I thought this was all pretty good. I didn't see anything wrong with it. And then right in here, this I thought, like I said, was great. This was a really good wick, especially with this jump right here. And then what was I thinking? Sorry, I just have to get my bearings because I did end up entering this morning and I lost money, even though that it did exactly what I wanted to do, which I'll explain. I'm just trying to understand what my thought process was. I had an entry here. I'll actually pull up my entries for you guys so you guys can see that I actually entered on my account. I just don't. We're gonna take the execution labels off. I'll turn them back on if you guys want them. Let's see. I had this move up. Oh, I see what I did. I had this move up, which validates this order block. So I had a move back down into this order block. Let's see. Yeah, what was the price? 24,803 and a quarter. 24,803 and a quarter, right there. Yeah. So I definitely entered a bit high, but that was based off of this order block because we moved all the way up, and then this was around equilibrium. If you look right here, from this low up to here, yeah, enter back into that order block. So that was kind of my thought process. It was all pretty quick, nothing perfect, but that was the order block that I was interested in. After we validated it and we went up, I was looking for an entry, which I got right around here as we moved in, and then we moved back up, and I entered, and then we moved down. But the issue that I had that I totally screwed up was I entered with 10 contracts, and it looked something like this. I entered, let's say, just at the top of this candle, and I put my stop kind of stupidly. No, not that. I want that. Why can't I just, there we go. I put my stop right in line with this wick right here, which was not intelligent. I'm supposed to put it below swing low. That's my strategy, and I was apparently not thinking very clearly, and that's what I did. And it actually wasn't directly under that low; it was just under it, just barely. And I got stopped out on this next candle, as you can see right here. I sold 10. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. I put the stop in the wrong place. And at this point, I was experiencing some jitters. Just some emotions. You guys can actually see that happened right here. I lost $900. It was unfortunate. I was like, you know what, it is what it is. I'll just try to get a low entry over here. And I got not a low entry on this candle, but I entered right up here. And I put my stops. I know that entry's not perfect, but I put my stops like this. And I was just trying to make back my loss on the original trade. I was not trying to do anything crazy. I wasn't trying to aim for all this buy-side liquidity, so I was just looking for a reason for it to move up to around $1,000 in profit, which was right around here, this 8:30 open. So that's where I put my take profit, and I had this really tight stop loss going because I was on edge from losing earlier. So I placed my stop loss here, and then we took out previous highs, and I kind of kept it down here. And then we took out previous highs and made a swing low, and I put it right here, and I went and got taken out. That was all justified, though, because if you look on the 5-minute, all we were doing was moving down to an order block. So had I not been so jittery and trailing my stop loss like my mortgage was put into this trade, then I probably would have been fine, and buy-side liquidity would have been taken out, which is what I was interested in. But it is what it is. It was, I was still in profit on that trade, though. I made $117, so down 800 on the day. Kind of unfortunate, definitely. I guess definitely me looking back on the trade, I wish I would have seen this 5-minute order block down here, which I do not have marked out, but it's right in here that it touches back into pretty perfectly. I wish I would have seen that and had my stop loss still down here, and then seen this move and place my stop loss in here. I think I was just really trying to keep as much profit as I could, and in that I actually sacrificed a bunch of potential profit. So that was unfortunate, but overall my bias for the day and my trade structure was all correct. So that ended up, it's an unfortunate outcome, but it is what it is, and there will always be another day. I will be back tomorrow, because we have, unemployment claims and Philly Fed manufacturing index at 8:30 in the morning. So that's all pre-market, and that'll be a really nice volatility amplifier for our trades. So I am pretty confident in how today went. It's unfortunate that I lost $800, but I want to be honest with you guys, tell you guys all my wins and losses, and when I don't even make trades like yesterday when I try to. So that's probably it for today, and then I'll have another analysis tomorrow and probably Friday. So have a good rest of your night, and I hope you enjoy the video. Good trading.